Welcome back, Legionnaires. We are to the D20 led to the D20 live. March? April? God, what month is it? March?
March.
Yeah, March. March live stream. And welcome back to the world of street samurai, deckers, and all manner of shamans and drones. We are back in the 6th world, chummers, and everyone else. Let's get ready to get back and stuck in. Unfortunately, as you can see from, if the camera can move to the other side, guess who threw out his voice again doing the video game live stream last night? He's still here. He's in the basement. Mike, you here? There you go.
Good job, jackass.
Yeah. So Mike is here. Unfortunately, myself and Sam, the production manager, are boycotting him from coming in so he can take care of himself. And that's how that's just going to work. We still have the rest of the crew here. We have our players, and we'll go from starting from Tom on the right to left to introduce characters. But before we start, just a few quick announcements. There are our Patreon is live. Has been live for about a month now, going strong. If you want to support us, please go to patreon.com/D20live. For those who are patrons, in about a week after this goes live, all the character sheets and GM notes and everything else that I produce for this game will go up there. And we also have art that is going to be in the session, much like the last Shadowrun stream. Some of it, anything that is not produced by our team, is going to have links in the description notes down below. The stuff that is produced by our team, specifically Sam, our very talented production manager, she has done the character art for all 3 of the characters who are here today, as well as one very special piece that will be showing up later on. That will also be details for that. For her details will be in the description as well. So let's start with Tom. Who are you playing today?
So hi, I'm Tom. I am playing the elf Albert Amberford. He is the shamanistic magician.
Yes. And
don't I look very pretty?
Jordan, who are you playing?
Not as pretty as me. I'm James Aberford. I'm Tom's character's brother, though of a very different walk of life. Mm-hmm. I'm also an elf, as you can see, and very sophisticated, or at least I try very hard to be.
He came out of the 80s. He's got a bit of a Zach Morris hairstyle.
/ American Psycho.
Exactly.
That looks more like American Psycho, right? Suit.
Exactly. And last but certainly not least, we have Rodney.
Yeah, I'm Scott. I play Rodney Moore. I am the Orc Rigger. Women like me for my mind.
Yes, you got him.
Right, live on camera. Okay, all right. Mike, can you give me some paper towel, please? Thank you. Good job, Scott.
Extra points.
Yep. That is.
For us playing the in-home game, we get points every single time we get Devin to spit up or snort coke.
Or make me crawl in the corner and cry because you've ruined my plot.
That's bonus points.
Yes. Okay, all right.
Can I just... What's on the fang, like the tusks? What is that?
Oh,
is
caps.
that like a cap of some sort? That's really cool.
Metal caps. He's capped his tusks.
That's kind of sick, actually.
And his AR is on the back of his shades. Like his VR and his AR stuff for his drones. All right.
Sweet Google Glass.
Yes, exactly, right?
Nice.
All right, so once again we are returning to the 6th world. We return again to Seattle, where reputations are made and broken. Where if you survive your runs, anywhere else in the world, you're going to be lauded for your success, to your face anyway. And behind your back, your sanity is going to be questioned for even considering running here. Because this sprawl is the Emerald City. It's called that not just because of the sickeningly green glow of the lights, but because it's in a valley with Mount Rainier on the eastern side. And the trees are so dense and tall that you don't even see the skyline of Seattle until you're actually in the city. It's isolated from the rest of UCAS. And last but not least, it is called the Emerald City because of the amount of cred that flows in and out of this city. There's always money to be had, always runs to be had, if you survive, and you will never be left wanting, except for our unfortunate 3 runners here.
Things are going well.
Yes.
No, they're not.
No. You need to actually survive in the sprawl first. And since your last run, that's been particularly hard. Just shy of a month after you liberated Resonance from her chamber and went on the run, you haven't been able to get any jobs at all. Most of the tick boxes next to your fixers and your contacts and everyone else have slowly been crossed off one by one. and your creds are drying up even faster. Basically this entire time you've just been trying to keep safe, and more importantly, keep residents safe. No one seems to know who she is or wants to know, but many people seem to recognize what she is. You learned very quickly that in certain that in the deeper corners, in the deeper shadows of Seattle sprawl, these creatures known as otaku, these creatures who can interact with the Matrix without even needing a deck or AR at all, with a wave of a hand they can take down entire security systems. They're not liked. Wizards in general are harshly judged, as Albert knows, in this world. Whatever these creatures are, these otaku, as they've been colloquially termed, have an even rougher time, an even rougher go of it. Worse still, you've been hunted. You're being hunted, and you know it. You don't know by who, but you can't quite place a finger on it, but the shadows are growing deeper and darker, and it's like they're waiting for the three of you to make a mistake. And that's basically what your life has been for the last month.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The other things that have been happening is you haven't seen Flynn. He's been gone this entire month. Ever since you dropped him off in that dark alley after getting back into the heart of the city from tomorrow's dynamic systems, he hasn't been seen. And Horatio also took off. But there is one gleaming hope in your life right now. You are driving along in one of Rodney's cars, southbound on the I-5, looking down at the lights of downtown, and you can see Technology's pyramid. You can see Mount Rainier in the background. And you know that once you actually get off and into the retail core of Seattle, that you know that he's sitting at one place. It took everything that you had, James, to get just this one piece of information, whereas you used to be a lot more important in this city.
So this is kind of like our thread that we've got, like our one last rope to hang on to.
You're going to Dante's Inferno. It's a club downtown.
How apropos!
Yes, mm-hmm. Is a club in the retail district of downtown core Seattle, and as you head down deep into the AR, swarming area with glowing lights, shining reds and purples and pinks, and assaulting your senses with all the color, you know that this particular club is run by a gentleman is owned by a gentleman named Dante Pisani. How very appropriate. And its manager is someone, James, who you used to know well. Yep. You haven't always agreed and have been on but you've been on runs before together. Okay. And you had a falling out. He decided to leave running behind and use his connections to open this 9-floor club, every level going deeper and deeper into the ground. His name is Alessio, and you have one very important piece of information. You learned that not only is Horatio here, but Dante's son was an otaku. And the otakus have been slowly dying off. No one knows how. There are all sorts of scrupulous reports about how. But his son was one of the latest victims. And you decided that that's how you're going to... It's one of the weapons that you're going to use to actually get in.
So like going missing or ending up dead or like
going missing, kind of some thing. People... The word around the sprawl is that many of them are ended up dead, but the police are trying to hide that.
Because they don't cause a panic or anything.
Exactly.
Got it.
Yeah. So you arrive at Dante's Inferno in and of itself. But before we actually go into that, Albert, you didn't actually find anything. You haven't been able to find anything in your contacts. But there are, as I said, James got his piece of information. Mm-hmm. You, Rodney, were able to scrap up one little piece of information as well, based on the work that you did last session. Okay. I'm trying to find out. You wanted more information about what was being shipped to tomorrow's dynamic systems. Yeah. And what you actually were able to get back were tech specs on a few of the pieces of hardware that were brought in. One being a strange-looking chair, something looking like it's out of the 70s and 80s, very old style, very early Matrix work. Sort of rods being jammed in the back of the cerebrum, and this one as well, which looks like a strange bed that people would lie down in, with a monitor along the side. You're not quite sure what to make of it, but those are the only two pieces of technology, and they're large enough for people to either sit down in or lay down in, and were able to read from the specs that this one in particular, when people lay back, there's like a heads-up display that's sort of right in front of their eyes.
Like an Animus?
I don't know. So
Well, we wouldn't know that.
you would know that. But,
No, we wouldn't.
so those are the two pieces of information that
Strange
you've been able
device.
to get.
A very popular classic game.
Yeah.
Also a chair, an early
At the
Matrix.
time.
Early Matrix device.
Yeah.
So you arrive at Dante's Inferno.
Ooh.
And you're at the front door. You see the bouncer there. You see the lineup of people. It goes around the block, wraps around it almost twice.
Honestly, gotta love the style, man. And the 9 floors, it's like, I'm digging the theming.
There you go. So that's
Tony says we find what we need in the bottom floor.
Um,
The chilliest floor, actually.
Diablo 3 style rules say you're probably right.
I'm gonna say it's good, but we're not gonna get past floor 7. Just
Yeah,
prediction.
Well, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'll try to wheel and deal and silver tongue our way down there. That sounded gross. Let's continue with the story.
Yes. All right. So you're still outside. You see it. You see Boris, the troll bouncer at the front door. He's looking at you squarely. Like,
What's his name?
Boris.
Boris.
His he has two very large horns that wrap around it, that don't actually wrap around anywhere. They just sort of curl down and up, and he's got them modified that they actually have a similar circular pattern to what you imagine the inside of Inferno looks like.
What a chill.
Steel capped, and he looks you up and down and like, James.
Boris, my man, how's it going? I can't believe they haven't made you the manager of this place yet.
That's because Alessio knows how to count to a higher number than I do, unfortunately. I can only count the number of bodies I lay out in the alleyways.
Oh, don't sell
So
yourself
that's
short.
like 2?
Funny, but you see, yes, 2. Probably higher. Maybe. It's too high.
Don't sell yourself short. You're a smart man. You'll get there eventually, I'm sure.
He's a smart man.
Shut up. Oh my god, shut up.
I have not seen you around these places of late.
Oh, we've been...
Where have you been, my friend?
I was just about to get to that. We've been running as we do. Trying to get some new contacts, new information, new money to bring into this fantastic establishment.
You still run with Shorthorns here, eh? Rodney. He extends his fist towards you. Good to see you.
Still keep him alive.
He's fair, he's true. I've heard many, many things about the three of you.
Well, we do try our best to keep a low profile and
My looks precede me.
And that is also a thing. So we need to get inside sometime tonight. Obviously, this line is not going to be helping us out. What can I do for you that can let us in here?
Oh, I didn't think you wanted to get past me. Oh, you know who owns this place. You know who runs this place. You and Alessio, not on speaking terms.
No, it's less than
1
I
plus 1 does not equal 5. Is not speaking terms.
Wow.
You can count to 5.
I mean, he's getting there. Hooked on phonics is working. True,
He
but
smirks, thinking he just made a really good joke.
I mean, it wasn't terrible. So, yeah, well, we haven't seen eye to eye in the past. I'm hoping to see if maybe we can rectify that. We have some new information that he might be interested in, so I'm hoping to kind of make an offering, you know what I mean? I think that your boss happy would make your life happy, you know what I mean?
He raises it. He lifts his hand, and you see a deck that would fit on the arm of Rodney is sitting in his palm.
That's cool.
To give you an idea of scale.
That's cool.
He taps several of the buttons. You see an immediate exclamation mark of Stupid ID changing all the time.
He doesn't
looks
remember his
at you.
password. You want
Like,
to give him a hand? Can you give him a hand?
Wait, small tusk is all right. There you go.
Nice. Good job.
There, you speak with Alessio, and you see an elf. You see an AR image of an elf that has very contrasting hair to yourself and your cousin. It's shaved almost like a military
Oh,
style.
we're doing this right now. Okay.
Well, it just the ARs come
I was
up.
hoping to get a drink in me first. All right then.
Like,
Oh.
I had the tiger, dude.
This is like going to a place and be like, I'd like to apply for this job. Look, the manager's right there. Go ahead and talk to him.
go and talk to him.
Oh.
You said the rest of his features are very similar to yours. He has a multitude of earrings and loops all traveling up his very fine points of ears. He has a very aside from that, though, he has a very clean what's the term unassuming suit. Just very businesslike.
Sure.
Again, the opposite of especially yourself, who likes to dress in finery. James.
Alessio, my friend, how are you?
Oh, doing very well. I just arrived back from Einseed, and it was a very nice visit. Had many artists take my portrait, many women who shared my company, and the finest of wine.
Okay, sorry.
I'm resisting the urge.
My internal dialogue, where I thought you were going to go with that, went through a very dirty direction. We'll move back. So we're back in town, and I thought I'd stop off. We have some information we'd like to share with you. It might be of interest to Dante specifically. And the issue is we stand at the gates to your kingdom and wish to be let in.
So you do.
And so I'm wondering what kind of what kind of payment you might require for passage.
Well, you can come in if you like, but information for Dante himself, well, I'm afraid that's going to require a favor down the road to be returned.
Of course.
Okay, excellent.
That's exactly what I meant by...
What is this information? I will judge based on its merit whether Mr. Passiani would want to see you here.
It's of a personal nature to him, but I can tell you that it is regards to his son.
He looks at you queryingly. The AR image
like, it was quiet, like, yeah.
The AR image sputtering a little bit.
Yeah.
Roll negotiation.
Okay. So negotiation is now 13.
You want to bank some hits on that?
Yeah, so just again for fans and for the players again, for every 4 dice that you have in your pool, you can take away 4 dice from that pool and automatically buy 1 hit in this system of success. If you don't want to take the risk of things going to...
Yeah, I need this to go through, so I'm going to bank a hit.
Okay.
I'm going to roll the rest.
All right.
Ooh. 3.
So 4 total.
The AR image sputters because it's been the camera's been sitting still in this one position
like,
as he
levels
you and measures you.
I would not even mention this if I did not have exact reason to do so. If I was making things up, my head would be on a platter inside of the night.
Indeed.
Like even for just joking about something like this.
Boars, let them in. To the AR disappears. I'll meet you on level 2. And Boris looks at the screen in shock. Like, I will never understand the two of you. Strange friendship the two of you have.
I don't even know if that's what this is. So I pat him on the arm as we go by. I'm like, stay out of the rain. I don't want you getting catching cold.
And there are people outside the line. Like, hey, what the
Shut the fuck up!
Here, Boris, have 5 credits. I give him 3.
Yeah. Someone did this.
Oh man, that's cold. That's cold.
I catch that. I give him the other 2.
Why?
They're friends. You're an animal. They're friends.
As they're walking in,
Yeah.
I turn to him. Fucking Keebs, am I right?
Unbelievable piece of kick. Think I can't count above 4. So you walk in, you make your way down to the first and second level. if you've seen old tridios of Dante, of the images of Dante's Inferno, that ancient poem, and indeed every level has been designed after that poem. There are levels. There's as you pass into level 2, you actually start to see out of the walls are strange animatronic arms that are jutted into the walls that are randomly writhing in place.
Gross.
But the writhings are of a much more sensual nature, almost like you're almost watching a beautiful man or woman dancing, but they're missing everything from here up.
Yeah,
They're just dancing on the
every
wall.
circle is lust.
It's like we're in Purgatory, so it's cold and boring here.
So you continue down to level 2, find Alessio, and he nods to you and looks at the two of you and like, away. Well, good to see you, Albert. And he shakes your hand.
Get the fuck out of my office.
Step away. To the two of you, shooing you back and waiting for the two of you to take a good couple of steps back before indicating for James to step.
I roll my eyes and approach the bar.
Yeah, just grab a drink, guys. We'll only be a couple of minutes here.
That's okay. Drink's on you.
As always.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make this plain.
Devin, Spyfly is up.
Okay, so you're hearing this.
I want it recorded.
Yeah. It's like, I'm going to make this plain.
It'll end up in a dumpster by the end of the night if we don't record this.
You understand the sanctity of this matter.
Of course I do.
Very cleanly. You will deal with it with the utmost delicacy and the utmost tact. I understand your reputation of late. People are dropping off your radar left, right, and center, and no one quite knows why, and you're walking around with an unsavory sort. One who would not be welcomed here, and you are damn lucky you didn't bring that you didn't bring that flesh meat piece of garbage in my home.
Woo.
You understand me and understand me clearly?
Gotcha. That's
very well.
Intense.
So your left, but he indicates the two of you almost in passing as he guides James in with the most eloquence to everyone else watching. He's like an old friend being welcomed further in.
He's like scolding me.
While the two of you, he sort of in passing goes that as if you were a secondary thought. Meanwhile, outside, across the street in an alley, a door where there was no door before opens in the wall. And a bright light cascades out of the alley, and several people are like, "Ooh, maybe it's more special effects." And the shadow of a figure steps outside, and the door that was not there before, that was not a door before, closes and turns into a wall again.
What?
And a figure in a trench coat starts walking across the street, and we'll return to that later.
Oh no.
Okay.
It's the Terminator.
It's the Terminator.
No, he's not naked.
So, as you're passing down level 3, level 4, level 5, and 6, you hit level 6 on Rodney, your deck blinked. Okay, you don't have a deck. Your comlink blinks.
Yeah, I have a deck.
Oh, you have a drone deck. Yeah, no, sorry, not a hacking deck. You have a drone deck.
It was a full deck.
The cyber deck. It blinks. You're automated to you would set it up to look for particular MAC addresses.
Yeah.
And icons in the matrix, and one of your radars blinks on.
Okay.
Horacio's in here somewhere. You don't know where, but you managed to ping one of the various MAC addresses that he had when he was running with you. Not necessarily this floor, but it's within range, so he's down further. All right.
We have an old friend here as well.
That motherfucker. I just smile and just keep walking.
All right.
I'll keep it going. Also, you have a copy of that recording.
Excellent. Him
Just
yelling at me for a while.
Oh no.
I thought it was going to be more back and
flesh
forth.
meat monster.
Yeah.
You see that several video cameras are getting more increasingly numerous as you're making your way down. You get down to level 8 of the club, and you're brought into a private room.
Okay.
As you pass down and into the private room in level 8, the security room in the club is looking over their cameras, and they see two of the cameras actually, on the first level, as a figure in a trench coat passes by. Pink! It goes out. Pink! It goes out again. Like, what the slag and crap? And they said to him, like, Alessio, something's odd here. I'm like, what's wrong? I'm like, security cameras 7, 9, and 22. Oh, fuck. Someone's taking out the cameras. Is it the knights? No, sir. It's a single individual, we think. They're damaging the hardware itself. Well, then you best get out there and find out whether they're associate, whether it is an associate of those who are now entertaining our owner. Immediately. Should I call for backup? Put in the call. Not to Lone Star. They're not doing the best right now. To the knights themselves.
I like that. Their performance has been subpar of late.
Well, you haven't been paying them enough.
Bring the knights in. And he nods his head and puts in the call. You're in the room, and you see a gentleman dressed in wonderful finery, his hair slicked back, his skin, a whole variety of what looks like from the tips of his fingers all the way up to his neck, have a very stylized full arm up to shoulders and up to neck tattoo of flames that are trickling upwards.
Classy.
And his suit is a very fine Italian piece, but it's sleeveless.
Sure, cool.
Yeah, otherwise it's well fitted. And he looks at you with a very stern face.
I also hate sleeves.
Please sit. How can I help you?
Okay, ooh, this is the good stuff. Okay, so we have been running lately and have discovered some interesting situations in the underbelly of the city.
All right.
Now, normally I wouldn't bring this to your attention because I know that's not your business model at the moment, judging from the wild success this club is having at the moment. But we came across something that could directly be of interest to you. We have, in our last mission, and the reason we suspect for a lot of our recent hardship, is that we have discovered a certain person. Now, and so in order to save time, obviously, for the podcast, I want to just kind of...
Yeah, you word vomit the situation.
Sorry for the video. I want I just explain the story and how we came across this person. And I do know that you yourself have some experience with people like this.
I'll say your passive skill in negotiation and awareness sees that his knuckles that are holding of the hand that are holding his drink are starting to go white as he's gripping the glass increasingly tight. As you speak of the story.
So okay.
Yep.
Now the reason why I bring this to your attention and not, to someone else is because I know, obviously, to the sadness of everyone involved, that there were some unforeseen circumstances regarding your son a few years ago. Now, if the people hunting this woman are the same people who hunted your son, there could be some possibility of a resolution for you, or kind of finding out at least what happened to him. I don't bring this to you lightly.
What information do you want? What information do you offer, or what services, rather, do you offer in finding this out?
We would do all of the legwork for you. All of it. We just are low on resources at the moment. So we have the information, you have the means, is what I'm saying.
You are the ones that liberated the woman from systems?
Of course.
Roll negotiate?
Doing the same thing?
Yes.
Banking.
I mean, yeah, this is important story stuff, right? I really got to get this right.
Wow.
2, 3. Same, 4.
He looks very... the level of pain that this is giving him is very clear. My son was my world. And I do not like to be reminded that he was taken from me. You bring one who touches the Matrix into my presence. And yet, you present an opportunity. I will do this for you. There is one 2 floors up who I was going to have killed this evening. because rumor is he was involved in that self-same incident.
We are also aware of this person and have
Good.
business with him of our own.
Get,
Business of the punchy kind.
get his filth out of my club.
Will do.
And I will ensure that you, at least on the streets of Seattle, are not harassed by those who do to seek you harm.
I would appreciate that. Like, we have much of our own resources. Just as of right now, we're a bit of a pariah in the
Oh, I am
underground.
well aware. Understand this. If you find out who is responsible for the death of my son, I will make certain that most of that goes away.
Okay.
At least what I have influence over.
Sure.
If you do not resolve this to my satisfaction, I will ensure that you leave Seattle in pieces, each
Also-
and every one of you.
Also fair.
Now, leave my presence,
Right away, sir.
and thank you for bringing me this kind offer.
We should go. Okay, so we get up, say our thank yous, and skedaddle. I
Wait,
think is the technical term.
you.
Yes.
He nods to one of the security guards. Like, camera 62. And one of the security guards walks up to you. He's got guns on both of his sides and indicates your deck as more of a pointing to it.
Yes.
If you would please.
If
He's
I-
asking for you to open it up. You see an AR go up and he moves several circles and presses several icons, and a very particular camera that's overlooking a bar goes up, and you see a figure sitting at the bar that is as tossed away a glass and is actually grabbing like a full bottle of purple liquid. And like
He's gone sloppy drunk.
Classy as usual.
the security guard nods.
Okay.
There are and he leans in to whisper in your ear. There are rooms for situations such as these.
What would the closest one be?
He indicates it on your deck.
Oh, that is close. Damn.
Conveniently close to that particular bar.
This is a full-service bar.
We all have a
You leave?
nervous chuckle. Let's go.
We should leave.
Run.
James, do you want to have the info?
Dante gets it as you're leaving. Dante gets word on his earpiece like, we have a situation. The cameras that lead from the first to the fourth floors are out systematically. Like, does it have to do with them? Not likely, sir. That's not their style, to be entirely honest.
We're not that good.
Very well.
Yet.
So you walk up to the bar.
Before I leave.
Yep.
He does have an AR, correct?
The security guard or Dante?
Dante.
Yes, he does. You can see it, and as you can see it in soft sim. He does have an AR. Does have an icon. Yep.
Dante, I don't mean to send this to you without regard, but one of your people is a bit racist, and I send the video of his friend.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh,
And I walk away. I don't even need to see it.
You know why that sucks? I gotta make new friends now.
He wanted a major favor. He said the wrong words
Woohoo!
in an open space.
Yeah. I mean, fair is fair.
And he just
Oh,
happens
damn.
to have gotten off the phone with that particular employee. When they are gone from this, he turns to a security guard. When they are gone from this club, make certain you bury him in the deepest, darkest pit of hell that you can find.
Is that the
Oh,
I think so.
Let's just go.
We're leaving. We're leaving.
So you approach the bar, and there's Horatio. He's changed him up. He is a good enough decker that he has changed his hair. It's all AR though. He himself hasn't changed, but he has changed the way that his hair looks. He's put over basically a very fine skin that made him look more tanned. The scars that were along his arm have changed. He's the entire physical projection of him has the telltale shimmer that you recognize as a fake sort of overlay for him. Yeah, it's a skin. Yeah, and he's pounding back this purple liquid that looks like it has little pieces of electricity running through it.
Okay.
He swills it back, and he gets this shock that goes through his system. Little
Okay.
electricity sparks
I
come out
sit
of his
next
mouth.
to him.
Like, hey, what are you in my space?
So you've been taking care of my spy fly.
So, he tries to kick out your.
Don't.
He tries to kick out your stool.
My friend, we're the only reasons you're still alive.
You put your hand on his leg.
Yeah.
Just stop him. Like, he's a little too far gone to actually fight against your.
I walk
augmentations.
around behind him, so just on his other side. He's probably not noticing me yet.
Okay.
Do I? Is he wearing any kind of armor that I can tell?
You can't. If he is, the skin's over top of it.
It's like, okay, then we come up and kind of with a good nature, like, Horatio, you really, really should come with us right now.
Oh, slag.
Can I roll an intimidate
Yes, go ahead.
to get him to calm the hell down? So, 4, 8, 9, 10. Intimidate of 12.
Are you doing the same thing? You're banking.
Oh yeah, I totally can at this
that's
point.
pretty good.
Yeah, I got 5.
Okay. He stops fighting against Rodney and looks around, and you actually do see several security guards that are watching this entire scenario play out.
Hey, buddy.
And like,
Like we said, we're the reason you're still alive. Come with us.
we should
need to
go.
talk.
he gets up slowly, and he's like, James, good to it's sort of like he's fighting against. He's like, good to see you. How you doing?
This is not a healthy place for you right now.
Okay.
You know what?
so-
We have this special room. Where is it? I turn to one of the security
It's
guards.
over
No,
that
he's
way.
got it. He's got it.
I know. No, I know.
Yeah. The
I know.
security guard nods his head, and he went, "Oh no, guys, look, just don't." As you start to drag him in, he's like, "No, wait, hold on. There was a fucking reason when," and you throw him in the
We
room.
just like goose step him
Yeah.
into a room.
Yep. Okay. All right. One of the security guards that are on this level, one of the ones that nodded his head to you, he's looking down, watching the doors. The door closes. He smirks, and then suddenly has gets choked out and drops on the ground and just put down the ground. And the second one and the third one again and again gets brought down, and they're just very cleanly placed in the chair that they happen to be sitting next to. And a figure in a trench coat continues to walk by and go down the stairs to your level.
This is a very kind and generous Terminator. He's handing out money.
So you're in the room with Horatio, and you sort of throw him in a chair. He's like, whoa, hey, whoa, what? So Dante doesn't like me, and now so he sends you guys in.
Care to do the honors?
Okay.
You
I
said
don't have
that there was a
I don't have the
reason.
knuckles for punching.
There's a reason you did this?
You gotta be kidding me! With what we saw down there, with what we found down there.
No.
Yes,
We
there's
found
a goddamn
person.
reason.
We found a person.
You found a problem, is what you found. And you lifted that problem. You had the genius idea to take that problem out of the place where it was.
And someone's going around and rectifying that problem.
Guess
Someone with a lot of power.
Guess who was there?
So that puts that.
No, I was doing my job. I was doing exactly what I was getting paid
So
for.
were we.
Screw
Doing our
you.
jobs.
So were we.
No.
So what was your job?
I've been working for one person my entire time. It's none of you bastards. None of you keck-filled pieces of slag. You
Where
unleashed
are
something
they?
you don't understand.
Where are they?
You've been left out to dry, Horatio. You've been left out to dry.
I worked and was loyal to Vedic my entire life.
Where's Vedic now?
Now the fixer.
Yeah.
No,
Where's he now?
Not the fixer, Vedic. Warren Vedic. You don't know Warren Vedic.
Do we know
People
Warren
are fucking.
Vedic?
You have no clue. You have no goddamn clue
Enlighten
what you're
us.
talking about. But yeah,
He's the guy who runs Abstergo.
Flynn?
Hey guys, how's it going?
What?
Okay, we'll catch up in a bit.
Yeah.
You see the security
More or
guard.
less.
You see the security guard that was on the outside of this door is now on the inside of the door, and the door's closed. He's unconscious.
Nice work.
Thank you.
So
I have no idea
we
what it
start
took to get
talking
in
him.
here.
We can't.
Why?
Why what?
I point to the guard.
Well, I can't talk my way in here. I'm good at only two
Also,
things.
we talked our way
Jesus,
in here.
you
We were
took
good.
out Dante's gun. No wonder we're in trouble.
No, that's a different issue.
No. You're in trouble.
I can't remember this guy's name. What was your name again, champ?
Horatio.
Horatio. Horatio, I have seen things you wouldn't believe in the past month, man. And trust me when I say, a lot of them are dead. So, Do you guys mind? I mean, like, I feel like I kind of came in on this. This is in character. I kind of feel like I came in on this one. May I?
I mean,
I'm really good at it.
sure.
I'm pretty
I
good.
don't know what you're talking about, but go
Okay.
nuts.
We're
What
gonna
are
make
you
them squeal.
offering?
Oh,
What do you want? Oh, I need. Sorry. So, where is he?
Like, I'll tell you.
Oh, okay.
We don't want him too broken.
The very fact that you know more than these other pieces of slag means that I definitely don't want to tell you.
Oh, believe me, I know more. And you don't want to deal with my boss. She's really angry now.
Now, you know. not
Don't,
before.
don't ask. Just
we're gonna need a catch up when you're done.
yeah,
Yes.
yes. You wouldn't believe me.
We're gonna need some context when we're all done here.
So Flynn
Yeah.
opens up his suitcase, and you see he's holding a suitcase with him, and he pulls out his shotgun, which is clearly bigger than the suitcase itself, and he just reseals the suitcase.
You're gonna have to tell me how you did that just now.
It's
That
so-
is a skill.
I have been places. So here's the thing, man. My boss, my real boss, wants to know where he is because he has something she wants. Okay? Now, my boss is a good person. My boss doesn't like to do bad things. I don't care. All right? I have been places in the past month that really laugh at morality. So, and I've done that to survive. I've been to a town I used to like that is now being visited by, you know what, I don't even want to talk about those poor people. But that's not important. Okay?
Let's get to the meat of it, buddy.
Yeah.
All right?
We're running out of time here.
Yeah, sorry. So, you're going to tell me, or I'm going to come up with something that I've learned recently.
Intimidation.
Okie dokie.
You guys can help if you want.
Yep.
I don't
Yeah,
have intimidation as a skill, Dev.
I know, that's the problem. That's why I'm saying that you guys can actually help.
Tell
Because
you what,
they
Devin?
started this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I come up with something?
Raw charisma, if you want. Yes.
Alright.
Yep. Because charisma is the intimidation.
So how do I help him with my?
You're going to take your.
Can I
what
do
is your-
something to is he kind of stalwart right now?
He seems pretty stalwart.
Cool.
What you can buy hits for him.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, then
May I do the same? Or is it everyone?
Well,
or
can
no?
I do something to enhance this?
Yes, go.
Let's just say I've grabbed like a bottle of booze and 2 towels from the bar.
okay. Well, I'm gonna peek out the door and be like, security's gonna catch up to us any second.
Yeah,
now.
no,
We
don't
gotta
worry,
get
this will be
going.
fast. I cut open his shirt, pull open his shirt, hold his head to one side, please. I rub the alcohol on the towel and just start rubbing it on the center of his chest.
Unfortunately, he's still a little too drunk, and his muscles aren't quite working how they should.
and trail it up to his neck, right under his eye, and be like,
Whoa!
You have.
You have been places.
I know, right? Okay, you have until this touches that, and you're gonna see it happen. Trust me.
Woo!
Ready?
Come on, just
All right, man.
talk to him.
All right.
12, 7, 28.
12, 7,
Is that where he-
28.
is that where he went?
Explain what that is.
Is that where he went?
That's the date where he got here. I don't know where he went. I swear that was in the logs. Here.
I want all the logs. I want all the logs.
Okay, but get that match wave.
That was gonna be one hell of a scar.
Oh
It
man.
looked like
Oh,
a James Bond
the
villain,
drum
buddy.
recording for that. We could have
Oh well, you know.
made some money off it.
Yeah. That's...
With
missed
shaking
me, didn't
hands,
you?
with shaking
was
hands,
awesome.
he sends you a few different files from his deck that he's.
Just give us the deck.
Yeah.
I need this deck to get out of here, man.
All right.
No, you work
Okay,
with
so
us.
what do you got?
No.
What do you guys need from him?
Um,
Because like I can always let better match.
I think that was it.
All right.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay,
You're
cool.
coming with us now, because it's not safer here. You cannot be on your own
Sorry,
anymore.
man. I don't know where he is. What we saw there, I needed to report to him, and he left the moment I said anything.
What did you see?
And if he left, what you guys saw, the purple
Oh, that.
otaku floating in the test tube.
Oh, you haven't been through a
She
portal.
has a name.
Yeah. Oh,
Does he know that?
does
Would he
Smurfette
know
have a
that?
name?
Smurfette.
Whatever. She was blue in a tube.
Devin, the name?
Resonance.
No, her actual name. She
Yeah,
didn't actually remember her name.
Sarah.
Her name is Sarah.
Oh, she looked like a Sarah.
I forgot that her name was Sarah. You're like a lamb lost in the woods right now. You need to come with us. We are literally the only way you're going to survive the week. Do you understand?
Fine.
Okay, cool.
I wipe
Let's
off
get
his chest with the good towel.
Here's just clean yourself
Sorry,
up, you
right,
mess.
Sorry about the sorry about the shirt.
Okay. Yeah, sure. he sort of like tries to regain some form of dignity, and you leave.
Yeah, we need to
yeah.
go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
We
right.
have
how's
definitely
it been
worn
for
out
you
our
guys?
welcome
It's
here.
been a while.
It's been a disaster.
Really?
Disaster.
I'm really
Did
sorry.
anyone see you come in?
No,
Good.
got an old jammer from back home that I used.
What?
You open the door, and in front of you is a sight that you haven't seen before, really, in your running career. You see what can only be described to people who, like yourselves, read the old histories, and what looks like tower shields that go from across the shoulders. There's 8 of them in a row that go all between you guys and the stairwell. The tower shields go across their shoulders and from shoulder down to their toes, with strange symbols on the front of that match across each of the shields.
Are they like SWAT tower shields or like
They're
medieval?
bigger. They're bigger. They're actually
like-
more stylized, like ancient Templar shields.
Okay.
And they plant all 6 of them in sequence. And at the very, you hear 8 of these. This electrical discharge goes off, but you only see the very far right hand side from the outside of the shield. In unison, they flick what looks like a police nightstick, but it extends out at the end of an electrical chain. When you sit, that looks like a flail.
Oh no.
With spikes out of it, and electricity is coruscating all of them. Like, in the name of the Knights Errant, you will stand down and come with us.
Holy shit, how do you sign up for these guys?
You don't want to. They're really messed up. They're all like, oh, truth.
You mean
and
us or the guys behind us?
Well,
The 4 of you, Rodney Moore, James Amberfoot, Albert Amberfoot, and the one that is known as Flynn.
sup?
You will come with
They got
us.
their name right.
Do we want to? I mean,
You may keep your weapons on your word of honor that they will not be used, but you will come with us. If you do not come with us, or if you use your weapons while in transport, you will be summarily executed.
Are you Venix guys?
He looks at you. Do you comply?
It's like I'm not here.
kinda.
You're better talking than I am.
In sequence, you start hearing the mixture of electrical currents moving through air and wind going.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Jeez.
I'm coming. I'm good.
It's like you're talking.
Whoa!
I don't know what is happening.
The knights errant in unison do a flick of their flails, and they all retract inwards,
Holy crap.
and they start moving to surround you, and
Devin?
guide you out of
As
the
they
club.
do that,
Yep.
well, before they do that,
Yep.
take the owl drone, just toss it behind me.
The what drone? Sorry.
My owl.
Oh
drone.
yes. Okay. Yeah. That's right.
As we walk away, I started up, and it station keeps around us.
Okay.
Holy snap and crap.
They've got our Decker with us, right?
You have Horatio with you. Yes.
Has he shit himself yet?
He looks terrified. So I need you guys to make a perception check, please.
Sure.
Or actually awareness if you have that skill, or you can rhyme off skills that you think will be. It's basically an observation. A spot
Intuition?
check. Not quite intuition. No.
Well, because I don't have a skill. I have automation blades. I'm mostly a shooter dude.
I know. But that's like it's. If you don't have it, you don't have it.
Okay.
2. Or roll your.
I
Oh,
currently
2
have a
hits.
drone up. I currently have a drone up. So what
That will give you an automatic hit.
Yep.
2. 2. Okay. 2 and.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 hit.
Okay. The two of you both see as they're surrounding you and moving. They have the symbol on their shield, but this intricate weaving, almost looking like a digital circuit board that moves across to the surface of their shields. Yes.
Are they Abstergo guys? Are they Abstergo?
You don't see any Abstergo symbol on them, but you
But
do
you see the Templar symbol.
You see the Templar symbol.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So can I fill them in?
You can if you like. The digital Templar symbol is on the front of their shields, but it's all made of circuitry. Thank you, Sam.
Okay.
This just in.
Perfect. Good. That's one of the multitudes of references.
Okay, so I feel like I should update you guys.
Yeah, maybe. We haven't seen you in a month.
You are
Sorry.
thrown in a black van and taken off. Do you also
Alright.
want to review the files as you're being taken where you're going?
Well,
Yeah,
we're making the
yeah,
update.
yeah.
Of course.
Okay, so
This
go
is
ahead.
what we're gonna update.
The owl is making sure we know exactly where we're going.
Yep, that's fine.
All right, so basically, they work for a company called Abstergo. Abstergo Corporation was founded, in addition to several other circumstances, which you're not going to understand, was founded a long time ago by a bunch of people called Knights Templars, and they've kept all of that religious dogma and hookity-bockity. One of the things they like to do is they have a technology that allows them to look into the genetic memory of someone's ancestry.
Okay.
Just doubling back. These are the same Templars as the Crusades?
Yeah. Don't worry about it if you haven't heard of them. They're not local. Basically, just don't.
It's okay, go.
Yeah.
Don't. That's going to take even another ball of wax to explain. But anyway, long story short, they have a technology they developed that allows them to look into the genetic memory of someone's ancestry, right? Mm-hmm. So let's say you wanted to find some ancient Mayan treasure. Well, if you had General Cortez in your ancestry, you might be able to know where that might have been, right?
Okay.
Simply. They found something they really shouldn't have. My job is to retrieve it because these guys shouldn't have it.
Okay.
It's a stone. About, it should be 8 sides, blue colored. Looks like a dice.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
By the way, fans, if you want to know what Flynn looks like, he's being put up on the screen now.
Okay.
So,
Devin?
Yes.
Straight logic roll.
straight logic roll, go. Yep.
I'm trying to make sense of his stuff plus everything else beyond it.
Yeah.
So you're saying that
one
we're
success.
wrapped up in a monstrous conspiracy at this point?
Yes, that would be the effective way to look at it.
Okay.
Okay, with everything you're saying, I got one question.
Yeah.
Where are you actually from?
Because that's fair because he said they're not local. He's been gone for a while. Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
But you can interpret that as meaning you're actually from some other area of the Sixth World, not necessarily elsewhere.
No,
Okay.
I've seen enough weird shit.
Yeah, you'll see more.
No.
No.
We have one thing that's completely out of left field. We have another piece of technology that has no basis in
this world. Yeah. And this world does actually
What
have
is
dimensional
local?
travel. Wizards do that. So
What?
It's a fair question.
What is local?
What do you mean
Because
local?
clearly you're not.
Yeah, no. Well, you're local?
Is Vedic local?
No, he's not.
Okay.
He really... There's no hard rules about this, but he really shouldn't be doing what he's doing. The funny thing is, he comes from a place less technologically advanced than you guys do.
So this is basically the shot in the arm to him.
Yeah, really, yeah.
So the Knights Errant technically are from here, but what they follow are not from here.
No, he probably brought a lot of his people in, too.
Oh,
Which
well,
is
that
the
makes more sense.
Yeah.
Where do we go and what do we do?
You're being brought where you're going.
Okay.
Devin, where are we
the
going?
worst.
So, the file in and of itself has a couple of key pieces of information that it's long. What it looks like is a list of people that says date, username, matrix ID, sin, real meat space name, and other sundry pieces of information. And it's a long list. It's several
I've never
thousand.
heard that word.
Meat space.
Like,
It's a long list of people. And you actually see another. You see, I'll say about 3/4 of the names are glowing red, and the other names are glowing green. All right, in the file. One name at the very top is also glowing green, and you recognize that name. That name is
What's
Sarah.
her last name?
Sarah Reese.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You fucker.
Where's the otaku girl?
Right below
Safe.
her, you see the two dates that are here are 4, 7, 64. These two, and matter of fact, most of the names in this list are 4, 7, 64, which you can. Well, I'll let your logic roll into this. That's the date of the Great Crash.
Yeah.
So 4, 7, 64.
These are all the people who were in the Matrix.
We're
when
in the
it happened.
Matrix during the crash. And the two names that you see at the top, one of them is Sarah Reese, the other one is Kate Reese. That are all there. And you remember Resident said that she had a sister, and she was talking to her sister at the time of the crash. Actually, Kate Reese is the first name. Sarah Reese is the second name.
So does this mean they know where she is?
They
trying
know.
to find her.
They know she's a red.
They know that she
she's
exists.
Still alive.
Yeah. So they know she's still alive, and they apparently know that Kate Reese is dead.
Oh, because her name is not in green.
Her name's not in green. Yeah. So you see all of those, and the other file is what looks to be a log, or like a journal that they have to skim through. It's the date that it starts is 12/7/28, which is much further before so much further before any of this is going on, and it's an extended log of a man named Warren Vedek and all the experiments and things that are being done and work that is being done in the Sixth World, technology successes, growth changes, that sort of thing. And then about a month ago, logs cut off.
Shit, he jumped.
So,
are there his journals in there? Any notes? Anything he was researching?
yes, he was researching something that Neonet, the corporation in this world, was researching. There were two nascent entities that Neonet apparently were starting to develop. Those were AI. One of them was named Resonance. One of them was codenamed Dissonance. These two AIs were being researched and developed by Neonet, and that was was something that Warren Vedek was looking into, was what Neonet was doing and aiming to do, and apparently within the logs, after about from the Great Crash onwards, there has not been a single trace of the Resonance AI, the Dissonance AI, only the Resonance.
So she's chill. Okay.
Okay.
So, you arrive at a large. You almost essentially you don't travel that long for that long of a period of time, but long enough for the conversation to basically happen, and you realize that you're getting to a place that is increasingly bright green light. And you sort of look out the tinted windows, and you see nothing but a rising pyramid.
You guys really like.
And you're being brought into. You see one of the 9 pyramids that represent the big corporations, and right at the very top is a symbol you didn't expect. It's not Neonet. Matter of fact, you haven't heard a whole lot of Neonet of late. After about a month ago, their stocks are dropping, and they're starting to get out of Jackpoint News. They're not in Jackpoint News often. You see Mitsuhama Technologies, which is another computer corporation, the third biggest, whereas Neonet's just above them and Cyberdyne just above them. But you are driving into the Mitsuhama Technologies building. You're brought in. The knights errant escort you out of the truck into the building and up several hundred floors until you come to a room with wrong direction. There, this gentleman.
Okay.
And you recognize him as the exact same Johnson who you spoke to a month ago, who gave you the Tomorrow's Dynamic Systems run.
Oh.
The same guy who was playing cards, borrowing your cigars, and it brings back uncomfortable memories of when you actually had a life and when you had money and you had your connections.
So is he here to give it back or take more away? That's really the question.
Yeah.
Please.
Mr. Johnson, how lovely to see you again.
How's it going, Dick?
Oh, that's hardly polite. And you see he's continuing to play with cards, and he actually he waves his hand, and there are digital cards that are brought up on the table. Please, sit, have a conversation, a game. I managed to procure your cigars from Event Horizon. Would you like some of them?
Thanks.
Not a problem. He lifts up his cigar box now. You don't recognize your cigar box. Open it up and you do see your beautiful Cubans. He lifts them out and snips one and hands it to you.
Great. Thank you. Lovely to be here.
Of course. Now,
what's it like being this level of a son of a bitch? I want to just get some reference for the rest of us, because we don't know what that's like.
Don't mind me, I'm just going to play cards.
Oh no, I'm playing the cards. Just casually just going to ask an insult.
I don't know what this game is.
Somewhere between a 4 million cred pot and a really nice fantasy being lived out.
Cool.
Right
there. Glad to know you're able to sleep at night. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Great. So, I imagine you haven't been sleeping well yourself. How are the hotel mattresses or street corners treating you?
See what you did there. That was funny.
Would you like some of that? Would you like the opportunity to have that lifestyle back?
You know I would.
I see. Because the people who I do work for are on the up and up now.
Are they?
You'll notice that Lone Star has left. You'll notice that the individuals who gave you your last jobs have left, I have moved acquaintances, shifted alliances. And I'm in... He sort of indicates the building.
Oh yeah, I guess that was an obvious.
Cidergroup has left. To any of their businesses are leaving. Neonet, very strangely, is not showing up on the corporate radars as much anymore.
Imagine that.
Most of their Matrix holdings have been taken up by my employers. Lone Star is left to be replaced by Mitsuhama's Knights Errant. Things are changing. Pieces are moving, gentlemen. It's best that you hop on this train while you can.
Oh, man. Oh, wow.
So I'm going to gift you a new job. One that one that fits your skills and does particularly well.
Isn't this like the third job you guys have had today?
I don't even know anymore what's happening.
I think we're on our second.
Okay.
Yeah, number 2.
You have a very particular asset in your possession. Last we understand, we need that asset and that asset's particular skill set brought in to a very particular facility that used to belong to Neonet. In specifics, and he sends you an information to all of your decks. Goes right through your security.
That's not invasive at all. No problem.
Do that with your girlfriend?
You do remember that he actually played hardball quite a bit.
Yep, no, I'm getting that.
We did not forget that.
Yep.
I'm certainly not going to not comment on it though. Like that's invasive, but all right.
You see, what he's asking you to do is pretty ostentatious. Even though Neonet's dropped off the radar, the building that he's asking you to go in is the central ICE architecture building of Neonet. The people who invented ICE and Matrix security. He needs you to get to the 67th floor.
Oh, only 67. Okay.
Elevators work.
Lovely.
Yes, Flynn.
I have a bit of a separate fee from the rest of these guys.
I see.
I need access to Warren Vedek's research.
Who's Warren Vedek?
This guy over here.
God, really? Come on, man. Even I know you're not local.
You're asking for a fair bit there.
Mm-hmm.
That particular shell has been shut down for quite a while. The files have gone missing. The server has been shut down. That would take quite a bit of resources and effort on the part of our people to even just find those backups.
I'm sure.
He's so full of shit. It's unreal.
But you know
Like a
what?
shit
You know
hot dog
what?
just caged
I'm
perfectly.
a generous man, and I know what I am asking of you. So in exchange for the credits that you would have been allocated to being a zero sum, I will give you access to the files that you ask for. Is there anything in particular that you would like?
Why don't we do double or nothing and I play you for it? You're such a fan of cards.
He smirks.
So you give us the money and the info if we win. If not, we...
No, he's saying I get no money.
I know that.
Oh, okay, you're just doing that. Okay, cool.
He takes
Your money is my money.
he takes a long draw of his cigar.
It will be.
Let's have some fun with this. I mean, we're all such serious men all the time.
He smirks and snaps his fingers, and the deck is refolded and is redealt, and the three of you are excluded from it.
Now, I've got performance.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be appropriate?
Con also works.
Con does work.
Yep.
I do have con.
You can make, if you would like,
Yeah.
a computer's roll to try and give him digital cards.
Oh, I'm not going to give him cards.
Vicious cheating.
No? Okay.
I'm going to make sure he doesn't get cards.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
I'm usually not a fan of cheating, but this guy's a bastard who's smoking my cigars.
He has all the cards right now. So frankly, he ain't getting shit.
Yep.
This would be a computer's roll, correct?
Yep.
What's that, a 2 and a 3? Perfect.
One success. And
Okay.
one success.
That's okay.
Okay. All right. So that's just going to
you
reduce.
gonna bank
That's just going to
I did.
reduce.
No, him.
That's just going to reduce his dice pool. So that's fine.
I feel like, no, I'm not going to bank any, because Gambling is gambling, right?
Well, can he spend edge to enhance it?
Yeah, you can spend edge you can spend edge to get an automatic hit
Okay.
for every edge point you spend. You can also spend edge to get 2 additional dice to your pool. Yes, that is correct. 2 additional dice to your pool per edge before you roll, and after you roll, you can spend 1 edge point to get a hit if you want.
And just
Okay,
to be clear,
I'm gonna
'cause
spend an
I
edge.
can't remember it either.
All right.
If he spends edge,
Do you
his
want to
six-
spend edge, by the way, to give yourself an extra hit
Yeah.
to get an extra hit? Okay.
Yeah, I spend 1 edge.
Okay.
Also, if he spends edge and starts rolling 6s, do those 6s explode?
Yes, actually they do.
Thank you.
So I'm going to spend 1. Oops.
2 successes.
Excellent. So I'm going to spend 1 to get an auto hit,
Okay.
because it's going to try to sway this in my favor ever so slightly.
Tell me you got some 6s.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and an explosion.
So
So
we roll
halfway
that
through your
6.
hand, before the river is thrown, he looks at
Let's
you.
start with a pair of aces.
He looks at you like. You can tell he's got a good hand.
Sure.
But
Everyone's got
you're
a
not
good
sure
hand in the
how good
beginning.
of a hand. You're not sure how good of a hand he has.
Everyone's got a good hand in the beginning.
So he looks at you. Says,
We roll the 6.
Do I reroll the 6?
yeah, you do because you spent an edge.
No.
Okay,
That's fine.
Before the river is flipped, he extends his hand like. I sweeten pot.
Sure.
You give me no. You reduce the credit intake that you have, and
More that way.
if you win, you take. No, this will work better. You win. I give you security codes for the building just to make it a little easier on the group of you. Make it more entertaining.
You have the
you
codes
win.
and you weren't going to give them to us?
No,
Why would we ever want to come back here?
No. To the facility.
The building we're
we're
going
going
to.
to.
You what the fuck?
I
Who
win.
taught you how to do this?
Okay, continue.
You presume that I don't want to see you suffer. You forget what you did to me.
He's a cunt, I forgot.
Yeah.
What did
Oh,
we
I
do?
forgot.
You
What
forget.
did we do to this guy?
You took resonance out. He lost it. Something that you did the last
we
run.
did deep dick him. That's true.
So
Oh, yeah,
you
right.
win. You get the security code that I was supposed to give you. If I win, you get nothing,
Uh-huh.
and I
Sounds
keep
like a
your
good deal
cigars.
You weren't going to already? I was going to let you have them just to put a little joy in your tasteless, disgusting life. How about this? We get the codes. And we've been in the wilds for quite a while. I think we're all due an upgrade of some sort, don't you think, boys? Mm-hmm. And if that's the case, we're going to take that. If we lose, we owe you a job. No questions asked.
Roll again. Keep your hits from before.
So
Agreed.
I roll
He
again,
nods.
plus-
He nods in agreement. So you keep your hits from before. Roll. You're doing an extended roll. This
Okay.
is a long game.
So I roll all the dice plus the original score from before.
Yep, and just to total up the nets from both rolls.
Devin, keeping things fair.
Okay.
6. Okay. So does the edge still count?
Yes, because it's the same roll.
Excellent.
It's an
I get
extended
to-
roll.
So then roll.
And I get to
more.
re-roll these.
Okay.
No. Okay, so I got 3 more.
3 more. So
Just
total
the
of
9 total.
okay.
Another 2. So 4.
Another 2. 4. And what was your total?
9.
Because of him,
Oh shit!
he got 8.
Oh my god!
The river is turned, and you show your hands. He brings you all the way to the end. You win. He scowls.
What's wrong? Did you lose your agency?
Like 1 to 10, how sour are those grapes right now?
Oh.
What do you think?
Is that wine
sends you
sour
the-
or juice sour? Like, what are we talking?
Nah, we're
I
thinking
wanna-
vinegar.
What's that like?
He sends you the security codes. Get out.
We all file towards the exit. I bow as low as I can to him, and I hope I sincerely never see you again.
I walk over. I take another cigar.
Yeah, screw it. What the hell? All right, fine.
Oh, this is the victory dance later.
He's gonna kill all of us in our sleep.
How is that different from the past month?
No, he's gonna like actually physically do it himself.
Yeah.
I look forward to it.
The group of you return to your hideout.
Well, come on, it's not like he knows kung fu.
You find it. You
know what he knows.
you
He's
bring her
terrified.
that you are given leave to borrow one of Mitsuhama's trucks, and they have a
Yay.
tracker on it. So it's gonna be very hard to steal said truck.
I don't want their
Really?
truck.
Yeah, I said it's gonna be hard. Not impossible. So you're given leave for one of their security trucks while you're on this job. Horatio is there waiting for you in the truck, and you return back to your temporary hideout.
Horatio, what's up, man? We just made a deal with a secondary worst devil.
Really?
Who knew they had tears?
Oh, that's nothing. You should meet a Batezu.
What?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
You should meet a nonsense words.
He looks at you like, that's really old language. Well done.
Thank you.
You can actually get your lips around that.
Is
Huh.
is that from an old RPG?
Shut up. No.
I also love nonsense words. Anyways,
So, you arrive back at your hideout, and you don't recognize this woman right away. Her skin used to be blue, and after having left the tube, her.
Sarah.
I'm just. Oh! You look good without the blue.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
She looks at it. She is only looking just slightly above nourished because you guys haven't had a whole lot of food to share among the group of
So
you.
what does the safe house look like? Because I haven't been here in a month.
You guys can describe it, but make it derelict if you want.
shithole.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Devin, on the way
We'll say,
back.
we'll say
let
that
you
we'll
guys
say
take
that
shitty
we'll say that
place.
James managed to actually buy the garage above, or buy the apartments above his garage, and that's about the most that you can actually
Wow.
I had to put
I
out.
feel really bad for you guys.
I had to put
Devin, on the way back, we also got food.
Should have brought like some gold
get. She
back or something.
she very happily
What golden
takes it
bastard.
and starts to eat.
Credits don't work out where I go.
So good
She
news,
looks
bad
sad.
news.
She is looking sad even while she's eating. Like, what is it?
Well, the good news is, I think we're progressing along the path of finding out more about you and that and all and
Yeah.
your situation. The bad news is, we've got to take you on a job.
Oh yeah.
Where? She looks genuinely
Tom?
scared. She looks genuinely
sorry,
scared.
Albert?
And
Yeah.
she looks genuinely scared and looks to before you get a chance to actually say anything, turns to you like, I ask because more friends have died.
Yeah, it's actually directly
know.
related to that.
Yeah.
To which
So the information that we found out, and I forward her the files. That's some more
She
info.
waves her.
whoa,
She
hold
waves
on,
her.
no.
Yep.
you need to hear this from us first. There's going to be a name on that list. I'm sorry.
You see, she pulls in mana, something that all of you have seen because Albert does it. But the mana actually turns into binary code all around her and starts swirling in circles, greens into greens and purples.
It
And
really is very cool.
she starts to float off the floor, almost in a meditative posture as she moves it around.
So do we even need Horatio for that?
That really never gets old.
No, it's best to have more than one.
And tears
Okay.
start rolling down her eyes as she reads the names. I was hoping she was okay.
So was I.
Yeah, we were too, unfortunately. Well, at least you know for sure now.
So many.
Get to the end of the list.
Vicious. She highlights one of them. Oh God. She grabs it and sort of holds it in her hand, and you see that the data turns into the shape of a person and a body. God. She hands it to almost hands it to the group of you, and the body of digital data moves across, and she pulls her hands apart, and it extends to a full length of a body. And she starts pulling away some of the clothing. Knife wounds. And you see wounds in the stomach, the chest, all that would look like horrendous bruises, like someone of immense strength punches into the side of these people, and an entire range of blood vessels burst. Welts everywhere, bones at awkward angles, and knife wounds here in several of the victims.
I ask her, how wide are the blades?
She circles more binary data.
Enhance.
2 inches. 2 inches wide.
Enhance.
Punching force?
240 pounds.
Damn it, I know what that is.
What's
Wow.
the width of the? What's the width of the fist?
The fist is not leaving marks.
It
They're good enough that it's just the blades. The blades are 2
Okay.
inches. The blades are
Top.
2 inches wide and
Yeah, care to elaborate?
That's,
3 millimeters deep. Very thin.
They would be.
The wounds are
The
burning and cauterizing
The
upon.
Abstergo's Templars are in an ongoing war with a group called the Assassins. They just call themselves the Assassins.
Creative.
But they like to use their weapons against them. Because they like to kill the Assassins and take them.
Okay.
Okay, so
What did we sign up for?
we're so deep down the rabbit hole, I don't think we can see the bottom or the top anymore.
Yeah, it's
Okay, let's just continue on through, because there better be light at the end of this tunnel, because that's where we're going.
Okay,
There's something
so
at the end of the tunnel.
Wait,
that's
hang
for
on.
damn sure.
Sarah, when does this particular type of assault stop? I'm sorry, I hate to push you on this, but
She's reading more and more of the
Devin?
names as if she's learning their life by touching each of them.
Oh man.
Devin, I put my hand on her shoulder. Sarah, I know this is difficult for you. Trust me, I understand this. But do me a favor. Stop looking at the red for a minute. Start looking at the green.
These are names of people who survived. the
There are
Matrix
still
crash
more.
And then killed afterwards.
Sarah, when did the attacks stop?
Have they stopped?
They haven't.
So they're still here.
Still ongoing.
What the hell's Vedic? I thought he jumped.
Could be dead.
Maybe he set up shop and then
Not with what he was carrying.
Flynn,
Well,
If he had enough brains to know how to use it.
is this Vedic? And she brings up a face of Warren Vedic.
Yep, that's
She
him.
closes that file. And she points to about dates that start about a month ago of people being killed off. They're killed in the same way. Blades and so forth. But this line here, the blade wounds start becoming cauterized. Beforehand they weren't. Afterwards they are. And there's no file indicating.
Actually, I might be able to help with this. You're saying they punch. Well, it's
It's a-
kind
it's
of a
a kind
punching dagger.
Yeah, well, what happens is, if you make the right motions with your wrist, the blade shoots out, and it stays out for a protracted period of time as long as you flex your wrist a certain way.
Yeah.
And then you can just get someone with it.
There are ways that you could actually. Okay. This
A
is
person
really...
isn't ordering these.
What?
A person isn't ordering the ones that are later. The ones that started a month ago. It's not a person. She shows the file. It's like these, authorized by Vedic, and these, and she brings up another window. And you just see a stream of binary code. We need to go.
Why?
Sarah, talk to me, please.
Yeah, what happened?
It's not a person that's ordering these now.
What is
It's
it?
an AI.
We need to go. We need to
What is
stop
it?
this.
Wait. Is it the other half?
I don't understand. I need to actually see it. I don't have enough information from
Okay.
this. It's
No.
not.
Okay, let's get
Sarah.
her out of here.
Um,
Let's get her out of here.
do you think it would be at this location? And I send her the address of where we're going, of where the job is.
Neonet. And she starts flicking windows, rotating them, throwing them aside, and like, and you see a single central chamber. Like, yeah.
Okay, well, good news is we're going there.
That's going to be the focal point of all this, it looks like.
Yeah.
We need to go there. That will give me access to
Okay.
more.
All right. Okay.
I'm kinda looking at Horatio
I'm
now.
going to scout outside. Make sure.
The Horatio, like,
Yeah.
oh fuck no. You,
Horatio,
Horatio.
you're following.
oh
We're gonna
come
need to
on.
back up.
Neonet's architecture. There are
have
sentinels there. There are walls. There's
We
sentinels.
have
There's ice. There's
security
everything
codes.
Bro, you are on a runaway train and you have no way to stop it. You may as well
Come.
just ride it into the ground.
Okay, Horatio. Heard there's an AI ordering murders of people like her, so they are afraid of her. What happens when it gets to 0? Then it's just us.
Well, no. There's a better way to put this. Horatio, do you like living?
Slag you.
Well, because guess what? If you don't come with us, you get to
I
experience
get that.
non-living.
I get that. I get it. I get
We
it.
all
I
get
get
to
it.
experience it.
We on our own are loose threads.
He points to resonance. You stay away from this.
Oh, come
But-
off it, Horatio. She might even make it better.
No. That's
Hey, she updated the code on mine.
she's a person, but that doesn't make her any less right. That's wrong with
I
her.
get
hell is wrong,
I
dude?
get right up in his face. Listen, she's part of the crew. You fuck with our crew, you fuck with me and my friends.
Am I part of the
One of the Dobermans pops up.
Yes.
Whoa, hey, fine. But she stays away from my deck, and we're cool.
Nobody wants to touch your stupid deck. Relax.
God damn it.
So
No
they
one poops your deck, for God's sake.
Get over yourself. Holy shit.
the group of you leave, make your way towards what you know to be the address, the pyramid of Neonet. All 9 of the 10, aside from Cider Group, have pyramids in Seattle.
I just want you all to know I'm having a good time hanging out with you all.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we take you to all the fun places.
It is, it's exciting. I like this place. I might stay here.
The traffic is dense as you approach 5th and Madison, which is where this entire block is sort of taken up by this pyramid in the middle of the core.
Owl goes up.
Yep. It circles all the way up. The only other peaks that rise as high as this are the Needle and Mount Rainier off in the distance.
Jesus.
That's how high these pyramids are. And you're able to make your way to a secure console where you can input your security codes and actually have your comm links be able to beep in the proper security codes.
Yeah.
So you manage to make your way into the building. Good job on your roll. You make your way into the building, past the first entranceway of security, and into the elevator up to the groupings of floors, and you press the grouping for the 67th floor. You press your deck to the security, hoping that the codes work, and thankfully they do get you to the 67th.
We're just kind of walking in like we are meant to be
like
there.
you're meant to be here. Yep, because of your
Also,
I'm
I'm
in a
success.
walking-
business suit. I do look like I'm meant to be.
We
here.
didn't have to get the janitor suits with the clipboards. I'm like, oh, it's bad news,
Yeah,
guys.
man,
Bad
man.
news.
Slightly.
Your ball bearings are under
Anyway.
lubed.
What's right?
I still look a bit
always the
slightly
damn
out of place.
case.
I am
Yeah.
carrying duffel bags of stuff.
There you go. Yeah.
Always the ball bearings.
Always all those heavy drones like
Oh, what do you think
duffel
of
bags
beefy?
things. Exactly. You see as she's turned away from the camera, Resonance has mist swirling just on the periphery. You recognize it as magic. That's whenever someone's touching mana, but the mana is moving just in front of her eyes as she's sort of looking around, turned away from the security camera.
I stand in front of the camera.
Yeah. As she's looking through things, you get to, ding, 67th floor. The floor seems particularly abandoned. The lights are flickering. There's a singular hallway that leads to what's going to be an expansive room at the end of the chamber.
That's insane. I love how it looks abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
These
This
these
floor
things
looks
rot
abandoned.
from the inside out like a tree. Like, what happened?
Okay, pop open my suitcase, taking my pistol, putting it in my shoulder pocket, and take out my shotgun.
What
You
else do
have
you
to
have in
explain
that?
how that works.
One day.
It's a bag of holding.
It's not from here.
What does that mean?
You say that like it explains things.
We don't have that kind of time for me to explain it.
Okay. Name one thing
Nonsense
that you have
words.
in your world that we don't.
Space travel?
There.
Does that? Wow.
Let's just go. Just
Reavers. A weird guy named Natalie Nishka. We can keep going. Pulse guns. I hate pulse guns. Anyway. Cows. Anyway.
Sarah, so that Sarah, when you step outside, starts looking around. Like, central chamber there, but there are security nodes that reach out, and these are on separate. They're separate codes from what we have. The codes were just entry and elevators.
Oh, Ratio.
Like, yeah, working on it.
Get
Hold
to work.
on. He brings up his deck. Like, okay, you, Flynn, and Rodney. 2 rims on the left. Sentinel's there. Oh, he's nicely armed. He's only got 2 nano axes. That's cute. Nice armor too. This is such a brilliant idea. And he brings it up, and you see a servo bot, security bot that has binary code trailing up along its exterior armor. Like, this is what I was talking about. Bleeding edge security shit here. You're lucky.
Fine. Grenade.
Sarah.
Wall sent Sarah. Sarah's watching him, and you see a look in her eyes that's shaking her head. Like, that's sort of saying primitive.
Sarah, could you get me access to that security bot?
The security what?
The security bot in that room.
No, the walls are
Too much? Okay.
no, walls are too strong. We can. She looks to him. If you're willing to accept a little bit of help, we can prevent the drones that are coming around that side. And yeah, I see those. I'm working on it. She puts her hand on his shoulder. I can help. Don't touch me.
Ratio. Accept the help. We can get out of this a lot quicker and a lot safer.
Yeah, man.
Fine, I don't
Racial
know.
prejudice is an ugly thing.
Fine. How the hell do you people work? Do you work off of icons? Like,
Don't use you people. It's rude.
he shakes his head.
Name Sarah.
We'll
Make
give
it
him
easier.
the social lessons later, guys. We have security bots coming up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need icons. I can see their spirits. Spirit.
I don't know. Just work
She
with
reaches
it.
in. She
Go
reaches in.
with
You
it.
see trails of mana that are coruscating down the hallway. And like,
Horatio. Just think of it this way.
what?
Magic. And I made it trailing off my fingers a little bit. Just to...
Yeah. Speaking of which, 3 doors down on the right. That's the second security node. You need to get through those. You need to get through the counter rituals that are there. They're very
right,
similar.
you-
They're very similar to what was at that Tomorrow Dynamic Systems.
Devin, is anyone coming up and down the halls, like people-wise?
You
Really walk
hear
yourself
security
in that way.
walker drones along the right hand side. They basically make the
That would-
perimeter
that would
of
be
the hallway that goes around the edge of this floor.
That's
You hear
great.
the-
That's great. I can't hack a robot with bullets.
Yeah, you can.
Well, I
Well,
can't.
not with that attitude.
Like, we will handle the security drones if the two of you want to go to the Sentinel. Stay here, she says.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the do the magic-y stuff.
To the man. So you
I
two.
guess I'll watch your back or something.
Please.
I bring out my gun.
Okay.
It's
I
a
need you
pistol.
to. So we're gonna make an opposed roll, Albert.
Am
I'm
I
gonna
doing
make the
counter
actually no, it's
spells?
not an opposed roll because this is a set ritual. So you need to make a success roll. So it's gonna be
Counter spelling.
counter spelling. Yes. Yeah.
Q. So how do we regain edge?
Edge is only regained when I say so, and at the start of other sessions.
Got
It's
it.
hero points.
It's hero
isn't it?
points. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do I regain hero points?
You know, I get the one edge for the.
That was a good time.
Yeah, I know. Pretty.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna spend edge to guarantee one
Okay. Yeah.
one hit.
Yep.
And I didn't need that.
And fucking
Jesus.
murdered it.
So that's 4. 3 of them are 6s.
Okay.
Another 6. Does it keep
Nice.
going?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you spent edge, it keeps going. Yes.
So that's
5.
5.
6.
6, which is another 6.
Okay.
Okay. Plus the one that I bought. So 7.
7. Okay, so
Killed
the green and orange circles of the representing the ritual magic. You move to your hands shift to the arcane symbols that are there, and the what was made by a hermetic mage, and you see the old Greek symbols with all around circling all around it, are sort of whisked away by your spirit, by the counterspelling spirit energy that you have. So it's like the hermetic symbols drain and turn into pure raw spirit as you're pulling them one by one away and breaking the formulae of the ritual circle, and eventually it just bleeds away, and once again bleeds away into binary code, which you don't normally see.
God, I think we have another one in here.
Are you telling that to all of us?
Yes.
Well, we're in a different room, so you said it.
Well, it's-
like he would have said it out loud and kind of like in passing. I would have heard him like "fuck me,"
Yeah.
and then I would have made sure to message you guys. So, like,
Okay.
we probably have another one in the vicinity.
Okay, you as you yep, go ahead.
To Sarah. Sarah, can you sense one of your own?
I sense something here. It's
Massive.
massive. It's maybe one of mine, or one of my people, I guess. Then you see Horatio smirking. Not quite a snort, but one of my people, I guess. But it's not a person. I don't feel their life force here.
What do you feel? Like, what is it? Describe it. Just like
Life without a soul.
AI.
is that what AI feels like?
We'll have joined the group in the meantime.
I'm
I
going
guess.
with the idea of it.
All right.
So as you break
AI.
that circle, you see
Yeah.
a bunch of digital monitors that all have a number of different logs, and a singular tube that's leaving this room that you actually see is moving through out this room up into the ceiling and through various other rooms.
Really, a vacuum tube?
No, it's almost like a tube container that resonance was in. But instead of blue liquid, it's silver, almost mercury-like liquid that's moving through the tubes, through the ceiling, and so forth.
That looks unhealthy.
Very unhealthy.
All right.
What is
Do you
that?
look at it? Do you look at any of the files? Sarah
Yeah.
looks up. I have no idea.
Well, is it just metal, or is there something in it?
I see code. I think
In the liquid?
Oh, so is it
In the liquid.
nanotech?
that might be what
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm feeling and why it's so strong. She starts trying to touch the reach out and her spiritual magic
Be
touching the
careful,
tendrils. I will. Horacio's like, okay, I got the drone sentinels down. Your turn. Go deal with that thing.
Back up.
Do you look at any of the
You're
logs?
back.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
Kind of curious to see
Well,
what
no,
how's these
you're my
logs.
drone's
Okay.
back up.
You do see where is it? When
Uh,
that's one thing that pops up. One of the most recent logs, and it's keyed to have that, and it's keyed as with a single word, Technomancers. And it's a very recent thing, within the last month. It's a whole range of manifesto statements like this.
Read out the first sentence because it's being blocked in the...
oh,
Oh, science has poked and prodded us and discovered we are different. Our bodies possess subtle differences from the metahuman form. There is undoubtedly a connection between the physiological discrepancies and wetware within Technomancers and our abilities, but the exact details are obscure. So whoever these people are they're starting to become aware and they're starting to gather.
They call themselves Technomancers?
Yeah. Sarah, you see that screen is almost pulled off in a separate window, pulled through the monitor, and it moves out of the room, and it's brought in front of Resonance, and Sarah opens it up and starts reading it. Closes it and sends it away. So, you step into, what time is it? Okay.
3:34. You got half an hour.
Okay.
Plus another half an hour if you need to go over.
Nah, the half an hour should be fine. You walk into the room, and
The wording is strange near the bottom. Burn that into your permanent memory before I go.
Mm-hmm.
That's bizarre.
It's sort of like a manifesto, isn't it?
A lot like one.
it is.
you also find files of different places. They're being Sarah was right. They're being tracked. These Technomancers, locations, map icons, whoever is running this floor, or perhaps other floors, is gathering information about Technomancers, grabbing them, trying to find them, and you can't quite figure out why yet.
Okay, we gotta take care of some sentinels.
Sure.
All right,
Cool.
so
I'm gonna send the rotodrone in with you.
okay, so
Also,
this,
the rotodrone is wired, not wireless.
okay, all right. Yep, so it's wired to your you connect it into your deck and send the to the walker to the rotary drone rolls in down the hallway following Flynn. Flynn, you
No, rotor. It's
the rotor one, the helicopter one. Sorry,
It's whisper quiet too.
yes. So behind you, you hear the tiny whirl of the rotor drone, and as you look around the corner, you see a large, almost looks like crystalline creature. The armor is so fine and almost glass-like. It's large shield, large sword,
You're new.
bashing them together, and you see binary code running up and down its armor. You intrude on Neonet systems.
Don't care. Grenades.
We need the room.
I want to dash in and do something.
Okay, all right.
Dash in.
Well, I just
After the
rolled
grenades.
2 grenades.
Covers for assholes. Shazam!
What's the damage?
Well, I'm throwing it behind him because I don't want to die like that.
That's fine. It's like that's nice. You toss both of the grenades. He knocks one aside, so it hits the edge of the room. The other one he can't actually deflect, and it goes behind him. What's the raw damage roll on it?
I don't know. Where are my grenades? Here we
I
go.
don't know.
Raw 16 piercing, -2 MV2.
Okay, all right. So it's minus
3
2.
times high explosive grenade.
Whew, okay,
It's what you put on my sheet.
I know.
Blammo.
Yeah.
I made all your sheets. I forget everything that I have. All right. So minus its armor. Mike, I want you to roll 8 damage dice, please.
Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, first roll. We'll find out whether or not my dice curse has actually finally been beaten.
You're a player. It doesn't count.
1 success.
Okay, that was the first one. Roll it again.
Okay.
You want to bank a success?
Well, yeah, I should. If that's what I'm
Take away 4 dice.
Take away 4.
Yep.
It all came up 4, 5s, and 6s. Another success. Yeah, this is par.
Total
2.
total 2 for this
3.
roll.
3. Well,
Honestly,
yeah, 2.
man, I would just roll.
Yeah,
Just
just roll it. Is it
Come on.
3 rolls?
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
There we go. That's
There you
better.
go.
3 more.
So
Okay.
a total of 6.
So it cracks its shoulder plate, and you see that when the shoulder plate comes off, it starts trailing binary code. This is a physical manifestation of an ICE program that's in here. It's sort of hanging as if the binary code is its veins. It reaches up with its shielded arm and rips it off entirely. And you see the binary code shatter as it shakes off in a very robotic fashion the arm and starts stalking towards you. Go, and then we'll have the rotary follow.
Okay.
Because you hear the explosions go off.
Yeah.
So run, dive in. What are you doing?
It really doesn't. I'm not a big fan of its shield, so I'm gonna run up and touch the shield and shatter.
Oh, okay. All right. So the rotary drone starts whirring its bullets as it's about to fire. You see Albert coming in. You want to delay your attack until he's
Yes.
done. Okay. So you see Albert running in. Describe how you're actually attacking this thing. It's going to swing its sword at you as you're coming towards it.
So this is a spell, but it's a touch, so I don't need to actually damage him in any way. I'm just literally gonna run by and go ting, just
A very dainty little flick of the finger.
and cause it's a nice new spell that I've got. It's called Shatter.
Okay.
Any non-living object it can shatter.
Exactly. Okay. Roll your DV, please, against it. It can't actually. The armor can't actually reduce the damage from the spell
Because it is
So, 'cause
targeting
it is
the armor.
targeting the armor. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll all of it.
Okay.
So that's 12.
Yay!
Yep.
Wow.
That'll hurt.
4.
Okay. So you slide underneath it. You slide underneath the sword. It's passing above you, and sort of gracefully come up. And as you're reaching the top, your hair flowing back, ding, and move around the sentinel. The shield starts to shake starting from where you flicked it. It gives a and then shatters outwards.
Can you put that in a bullet for me?
No.
The bullet would explode.
It explodes into binary code, and the Sentinel looks at its arm, and you actually see that there are traces of its armor that are also having taken damage. Go.
Cool. Full auto.
Okay. Yep. The rotary
how many
drum.
rounds is that?
What's sorry?
How many rounds is full auto?
It's a lot of rounds. It's not actually how that works. You're gonna roll it.
Yeah.
And it creates a multiplier for damage.
Cool.
Yeah, to your raw damage.
So let's roll gunnery.
Yep.
It's a very fun spell.
Yeah.
Alright.
1 success. 2 successes.
Okay. All right. So you do have so you have 2 net hits. So that's going to add 2 hits to your base damage. I'm going to reduce the armor, which has now been significantly reduced, and then you're going to get.
It also has -2 armor as well.
It also has -2 armor, yeah. And then you're going to do a multiplier times 4 for full auto. That's the dice you're going to roll. So how much damage dice do you have? What's the?
With those 2 successes, I have 13.
13. Okay, 13 minus 6 now instead of 9. So that's 7 dice times 4 for full auto.
Cool.
So 28 dice?
Yes. He still needs hits.
Well, no. With 28, that's 7.
Oh, do you want to buy them? You're just buying it?
Oh, I'm going to buy 6, then roll 4.
Yeah. All right.
8.
Okay. The rotary drum. It's just the hail of bullets that start chipping away. First at the arm that had already been exposed. It trails up the arm and into its chest, and it just gets pushed back against the wall. You do see more of that liquid that's moving through the tubes in this particular room. The bullets eventually, after about 10 or 15 seconds of a full auto shot, make the creature explode into binary code. And you see that the lights at the far end, click, click, click,
I'm
at the far
checking
end of the
those
hallway.
quick. I'm checking those quick.
Okay, yeah. So you look you look down the hallway, and you see several large containers. They're all fairly new. Like, it looks like that the technology has been put together very efficiently, but in a haberdashed way. Like, normally it takes a long time for for a corporation to get equipment in. It looks like this was actually pulled together and haberdashed, but still very functional and very efficiently built. And there's about 8 tubes that go along. That's where this strange mercury material is moving out.
What's in them?
Nothing. It's just the mercury material, as far as you can see. There are multiple terminals all in this room, along with one very large central terminal. That Horatio says, okay, good, we're in the room. Oh, slag me. All right, let's go.
What does that mean?
Slag
I'll
means
tell
fuck.
you later. Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Means fuck.
Why don't you guys just say fuck?
Because it's more fun this way.
All right.
I don't like it either. I prefer the old style.
So you walk into the room, and several of the monitors are coming to life, and they all have this black lit background, and the monitors all start displaying that they're starting up, that they're waking up from hibernation. And the moment that they do, you see 3 triangles on each of the monitors, 1 pointing down and 2 pointing up in a pyramid. Very similar to what was at the last.
Which doesn't mean anything to any of us, but you know.
No, exactly. And you see at the very bottom, Cyberdyne, and they're loading.
That mean anything to anyone?
No.
Sarah, is this the thing you were spooked about?
I don't know what Cyberdyne is, but she reaches out and touches
careful.
it. She reaches out and touches one of the monitors. Before she even actually really touches it, her magical energy trails out into the monitor, and Horatio is just looking at it, going, "Incredible."
What's incredible about it, Horatio?
It's like her, like she's, by Jesus, her eyes, they are binary.
Yeah.
That
You get
he's
used
looking
to
He
it.
said
fascinated.
it's like her, but
It's her life. I don't believe in this kind of crap like he does, but it's like her spirit. It's like her life. It's binary.
It costs me mana every time you do that, and I don't care.
Exactly.
Stop fucking doing it.
Yeah.
Off-site, yes. Here,
Out of
no.
mana
Yeah.
from showing off.
The monitors all start. The monitors arts all start coming to life, and you see it, and you see she is hacking through several of the systems using both of her hands to touch multiple monitors, and she brings up that list again, and each of the names after about a month ago, where there's all the binary code, and it's like it's coming from here. It is coming from here. The hell? This is what's ordering them.
this
What?
Yes.
This AI?
This computer?
This computer all
Well,
around here.
It's
This
an
whole floor.
AI.
Her eyes are starting to glow. To the green that you're familiar with, but
Are AI that advanced for you guys? Or for you
No.
guys around here?
Nope.
No, hard no.
This is new.
no, even anything that even my sister and I we were fascinated. We looked into this all the time. We were looking into what Neonet was doing. This is not anything that they're doing.
Sarah,
Yeah,
can you check the logs of this AI?
yeah, I can.
Please.
What is the date? What's its start date?
When you 12/7/28
Shit.
started here, but it was kept in.
Got moved.
And it moved here, and then it was dormant, and she flips through windows. It was dormant until, and she starts crying again, starts tearing up. It was dormant until the day of the crash.
So something let it
Oh, it's
out.
not local.
No.
So we have another non-local thing.
Okay,
wasn't-
alright, fine. You guys want to know what I mean when I say local?
No,
Yes,
no, I'm
please.
getting what you mean.
Alright, fine. There are parallel worlds out there.
Oh, that's all. Oh, what do you mean parallel?
Parallel worlds, okay? There's ways to jump between them, okay? Some worlds are barbaric and use magic and have elves and wizards and all that stuff. Some are a little more advanced than you.
Are you calling our world barbaric?
Yeah,
No!
No,
Well,
no.
You're pretty high on the curve, I'll be honest.
Because elf, magic user.
Yeah,
What do you
okay.
mean by you people?
Alright? No. This world is actually pretty advanced on the bell curve of advancement, okay? But some worlds have evil things that won in their evil war of evil. This might be one of them.
Okay.
You know the phrase, you put enough monkeys in enough rooms with enough typewriters, they'll write theoretically anything?
Sure.
So in an infinite number of outcomes, there's in theory a world that got taken over by an AI.
It woke up. That's what happened. It was dormant. It came here then, that date, and it was staying here, reading, learning, watching. It wasn't resonance or dissonance. It found me. It found me. And my sister. That's why we were the first ones that dropped.
It's been trying to kill you. You guys can
Who are
stop
you?
it.
Who are you?
Sarah, get out of there. Sarah, get out of there.
Pull her away.
You start to see that the tubes, they start to come to life and the liquid is pouring all the way through them.
Oh, this is bad.
You
Damn
pull
it,
it,
pull
you-
her
you-
away.
as you start pulling her away, you said that there was a bright flash of red that tries to actually get to her, but you pull her away and it breaks her.
Pull the
breaks her
Ares.
connection.
Shoot them.
Shoot the monitor.
Fuck you, she's ours.
You've destroyed the monitor.
And she falls.
Good job,
she
champ.
falls down to the ground.
I know exactly what I did.
How about we grab some magnets and huck
You
it at the
start to
damn
hear
thing?
Devin,
of the
The
fluid
rest of
and-
the
yeah,
rest of
the
my
flu-
combat drones are
Yeah.
out and they are wired,
Okay.
ready to go.
The fluid that's in the tubes is starting to flow and move. Like she fled. That's what happened.
Wait,
It woke up. It was dormant and it woke up. And it killed my sister. It killed Resonance. Took her place. That's why no one noticed. That's why
Okay.
Vedic didn't notice. He was studying Resonance. And he throws up the names and it's like, Vedic ordered this one, this to be killed, and this to be killed. Vedic was wrong. He was hunting us, but because he thought we were the problem. We're the solution. Oh, you're so wrong.
Everyone's wrong. Who saw that coming?
Or do you have the information on where Vedic went?
Fuck Vedic.
Well,
Do you
yeah,
have the information on the rest
She
of the Otaku?
sends it to you almost as if it's an afterthought.
Okay.
But also, more importantly,
What the hell?
you're the solution. Okay, solution.
I don't know.
Sarah, do you have the locations of the others?
Yes, I need time. I need time to find all of them.
Cool.
I'm getting them now. I'm accessing them now. The fluid is moving around. Like
We need to get out of here.
Yeah, I know.
We really need to get out of here.
she touches one of
Got
the
more
she touches
grenades?
one of the codes that is being
Another-
killed. One of the files of the people of the otaku that are being killed, or the technomancers that are being killed.
I got one left.
After you pulled her out of
Yeah.
the networks, and you pull it, and she pulls out pulls up a window. It was watching these deaths, almost as if it was confirming that they actually happened.
Yeah.
You see a person who is in her home, peaceful, sitting in a meditative position, almost meditating like Sarah is. Binary code moving around her, and then out of the vent, silver liquid starts pouring out of the vent, pouring down along the wall, and she's not even noticing it. Silent, and starts to take human form. Boots start to form. Strange articulated metal starts to form out.
You're recording this, right?
Yeah.
Strange articulated metal starts coming out. And it acquires a human form. Long bracers, pauldrons, and a singular half cape that's attached at the front and one at the back, and a metallic hood that encases its full head. You can only barely see the side profile of a face.
Yeah, that's what an assassin looks like. So I just copied the data of what they look like, basically.
It created an enemy.
Basically, yeah.
And two blades come out of its sides, coruscating with electricity. And what you're actually seeing is one of those with a half.
That is really fucking cool, Sam. That is super fucking cool.
Damn.
It walks towards the Technomancer, and with this electrical blade stabs it in the neck and rips it free, and the Technomancer drops dead in the ground. That's why Abstergo's gone. The AI, it turned the Abstergo files against it. It turned the Animus against Abstergo and started hunting them. That's why he left.
Using assassins, yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
You turned it. She pulls away. I need time. I've almost got all the files.
So what are they
Good.
made of exactly? What is this liquid?
Shake metal, nanite,
You see
liquid metal.
you hear pooling at the far end of the hallway.
You know what? We're gonna find out really quickly if we stay here. Let's get the hell out of here.
Anything heavier?
I look at the
Yeah, I do.
Do you need more time here?
I need a little
Okay.
more time here. She starts
Why do you
touching
think
the
I have all the
monitors.
drones out?
See, yeah. So Devin,
Yep.
it's like, all right, biggest gun. Click open. I put my suitcase on the ground. Open it up.
One
reach-
one pool of mercury. Second pool. Third
good.
pool.
Drone's
Fourth
going
pool.
with you.
Go.
And their human forms start shaping up, and 6 all at the end of the hallway form up and unsheath large, long electrical blades.
So you see Flynn pop open his suitcase. He reaches his hands into the bag of holding that's in there and pulls out the minigun he stole last time.
Oh, you kept it.
No, yeah, why not?
Thank God.
Devin,
Yep.
I'm sending the steel links and the rotodrone in with him.
Okay.
You have a lot of explosives behind you.
That's so great. I hope these things work.
The minigun, you flick it, and the minigun starts whirring up satisfyingly.
God, I love this thing.
The 6 creatures at the far end of the hall, 4 of them run right at you. The 2 opposite on either side run along the wall, leaving behind silvery trails of footprints as they move across the glass and start flip-flopping across the hallway.
That's not unnerving.
So, we're not going to roll initiative because
Yes,
there's more of a cinematic fight.
Yeah.
What are you doing? How are you preparing for this?
Quietly shitting my pants.
I can just throw my assault rifle.
Yeah, you can. You can throw it to him. if
Like,
you
what
want.
am I looking at?
That.
Well,
Right, well, cause and solution to all of our problems.
Yeah, bullets.
Okay.
I'm gonna play last line of defense. That's what I'll do.
Okay. The assassins start running toward. As I said, they're running towards you. They're very quickly moving down the hallway. You shoot off the minigun. It hits several of them, and you said, we'll say 2 or 3 that are running along the floor.
Yeah.
And it makes large gaping holes that are dripping this silvery mercury, and
Oh, you guys suck.
the holes start filling up.
That's what we need. Assassin T1000s. Yeah. That's right. That's quite terrifying.
That's
actually.
quite, yeah, that's exactly what we're
Devin,
looking at right
that's
Yes.
adorable.
Okay.
The stoner lights up. Explosive rounds.
There you go.
now. Can it say that in a pleasant female voice like Judge Dredd? Explosive rounds.
Incendiary rounds. Explosive rounds. The Resonance is desperately trying to gather as much data as she possibly can. You do see behind her. We'll say that James, you see it. One of the monitors, the large one in the back that was not destroyed.
It's Job Scott.
The silver pyramid of 3 triangles. That was on a cobalt and so the cobalt background with silver symbol changes to a black background and red triangles, and the red and energy that's very similar to her energy. She's not seeing it. Is starting to coruscate towards her.
Hey, last line of defense.
Yeah, I know.
Yep. Go ahead. Go ahead. What are you gonna do?
Does it? So it
By the way,
has
your
a kind of
explosive rounds.
magical.
Boom! And you see mercury hitting the ceiling, the floor, and it blows up 3 of the assassins. And they're slowly starting to come back together.
Oh,
but
slowly.
it's slower. Go.
So this is Technomancy.
Yes.
Would I be able to counterspell it?
Yes, you can counterspell Technomancy.
Hell yes.
I don't know why I made that noise. That was bad.
Which me or you?
By the way,
Me.
Jordan, the chat is demanding that you try and sell them guns.
Wait, you have an area jammer.
Oh,
It
yeah.
could work.
Wait, I do too.
Everyone does magic internet things. I feel like area jammer is not where
No,
you
no,
want to
no.
be
You throw
right
it
now.
down the hallway.
Yeah, maybe it'll disable their connection to the thingy.
All right, I got it.
3 net hits.
Yes.
Okay. And you're trying to counterspell it.
What?
It stops it. It stops in place, and the AI binary
Also,
will start turning
I
towards you.
like. Oh, and Sarah, just careful.
I'm sorry, Kate. And she continues trying to work. And looking back at the screen, she's crying. It's like, I'll find a way to make certain that it pays for what it's done to you. And
Just
then
there I am with the minigun. Yes, we're all very sad about this.
Fuck it up, Sarah. You're
This is
doing a good job.
tragedy.
I love using this thing. It makes me vibrate in all the right ways.
I feel it in my
one of the
teeth.
you're firing along. One of the assassins that managed to get past your explosive round dives into the room and lands on poor Horatio, driving its blade into his throat.
Oh no, not Horatio.
You see his body starts coruscating with
Oh.
electricity, and it pulls away, looks up at you and smirks in satisfaction.
I am so sad.
Oh,
His
no.
loss will be.
No, no.
The minigun rails into
I
rails
like
into
they're
him.
like, haha, I killed one of your guys. They're
No,
all
no,
like,
let me.
oh well.
I haven't done
No,
anything.
no, you've been handling the hallway.
Yeah, that's
Devin?
it. Yep.
The rotodrone turns around and fires a mini grenade at it.
It hits and
no.
explodes. That one.
Horatio's
There is
a little
one
wild.
of one of the assassins that you're firing at is over half its body is missing, and it leaps into the room, diving at you.
Fine, I
Go.
punch it in the face.
You hit solidly, and you're gonna take some stun damage, not
That's
lethal
fine.
damage. As you feel your bones in your arm break a little, but your augmentations are
Yeah, holding it
are
together.
holding it together. It's just you hit and you feel that the gears whir in place, almost
Yeah.
like the Winter Soldier, to try and keep your arm into solid, and you're able to bear it down in a chokehold. So you have it on the ground as it slices across your stomach. And what do you do?
Well, I've got armor. I've got dermal plating on my
Yep,
skin, so I
it
just let
does.
it absorb it.
Yeah, so the dermal plating cuts it. You guys actually see like skin and blood, but there's like there's ceramite, not ceramite, that's 40k. Plasteel plating
Where have
underneath
you
it.
been?
Whoa!
I had to steal this from some weird naked angels.
You see plasteel that's actually
No one
underneath
believes
that the electrical blade like deflects off of.
I've
Go
seen things you people wouldn't believe.
and go, Flynn.
I take my jammer and just shove it in its face and turn it on.
Yep. Its whole body vibrates, and you actually see what looked to be an assassin said that like the assassin form that you're seeing now vibrates into nothing but mercury as all the nanites start shorting out, and it turns into a pool. Into nearby it, and the assassin that you previously turned to goop in the room also the pool just turns into
Okay, that works.
You got an area chamber?
Yep.
Good.
Sarah pulls away and disconnects. And she half faints but catches herself off on the ground.
I bet that's unpleasant for her.
Sorry.
We need to go.
All right, I help her up.
She's shaking and like,
Devin,
don't do that again.
I dropped the Doberman.
Oh, okay.
I dropped the Dalmatian.
The Dalmatian. Okay. Yeah.
Let the
Starts
puppy
clearing
help
away the hallway.
No.
Yeah.
This one's for Sarah.
Oh, okay. So that she can stay on
ride
it.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can
Ride
ride it.
the-
So you
The
you
Doberman,
lay
however,
into you
my
lay
3 drones just...
start moving through and clearing the hallway as you get out. So Sarah's not quite unconscious, but she's violently shaking as you've effectively short-circuited her very
Do you have any more
being.
grenades?
I was gonna say, like, that sounds real unpleasant for her.
Good.
Yeah.
The room.
All right. I'm waiting for the door to close.
You're getting out of you leave the main chamber. The doors the doors stay open behind you as you're running through the hallway with this liquid nanomercury sort of reforming itself all around you. You reach the end of the hallway, smash the elevator button, ding.
Cool. Devin?
Yeah.
Using my good arm, I long palm it back into the room with all the servers in it. The grenade.
Oh, the grenade. Okay. So you throw it in. It explodes, and you sit and you see it hits the cyber. It hits the now Skynet symbol.
Yeah.
Explodes the central monitor, and and these strange AI lines and tentacles start writhing out of the monitor. Almost as if a living being was in the computer that you just blew up.
Cool, that's so
I
great.
turn the links back over. Aim at that.
So as a group of you pile into the elevator, and the lynxes continue to fire at these AI tentacles that are coming down at you down the hallway, waiting desperately for that door to close. Come on. It does close and starts downwards. You feel
And it's just like this silent, awkward.
Well,
ride.
I'm just like,
No, sound awkward. It's cheesy elevator music.
I start reloading the links.
I was just breathing heavy. Like,
I'm gonna need my assault rifle back, please. Thank you. I can't use the mini.
You hear a rock above you, and the elevator starts to fall. Sarah hits both sides and starts to engage the emergency brakes, and like and putting a lot of strain into it as the elevator slows, but not quite enough, and you still hit solidly and hard. Not enough to kill any of you, but it hurts like hell, and you're driven down into the into the base.
Pull the doors open. Pull the other doors open.
Several of the security is shocked. They think they're trying to wonder what the hell happened as your lynx and Doberman start moving out, and you
Gentlemen, give us a path.
Their guns raise, and then the Doberman raises its guns, and the lynx raises its guns.
sue.
This elevator is really faulty, guys.
The lynx starts unloading its bullets and giving you a path while you very loudly and publicly leave Mitsuhama, which oddly did have that neonet floor, strangely enough. And you run from the building into the security
We had
van,
explosives.
pile
It's liquid
into
nitrogen.
the security van, and slam the door.
Get the car.
The last thing
in the van.
you see is way up at the 67th floor from the exterior. You're able to see it in the rear view mirror as you're making your way onto the I-5.
Hell, I still have the Lockheed up.
Oh, fair enough. But then that easily sees it. Just there's a series of explosions that rocket this one particular floor, and then the binary tendrils break out all the way across the 67th floor and start whipping and attacking the exterior building.
Jesus.
Well, that's not going to go horribly awry.
As the green that was Mitsuhama Technologies, the lights that are all around that start coruscating and turning a very deep crimson red. And that is where we will end this session.
Jesus.
So thank you,
Devin,
everyone.
I do have one more scene.
You do have one more scene. Go ahead.
So, you guys are going to drop me off at another alleyway. Just like,
Seriously,
Do you even
always?
have a home?
not really anymore. I mean, I had a home back where I come from. Okay,
It's
so
As much as we love it when you're in
Look
town.
us up when you're back in town.
Yeah.
I will.
We'll hook you up with some fun.
Yeah, and money.
Oh, yeah.
You are a destabilizing influence on our lives.
Yeah, I'm getting that.
See you later.
Come on, man. Oh. Wait from the drive off.
Mm-hmm.
Boss, are you here?
Squeal.
The people who are still screaming out that on the other was seeing what's going on for a 3-block radius. That screaming goes from hurting your ears from the amount of it, from the large number of people, to a absolute silence.
Yeah, it was.
As they freeze mid horror and mid scream, and there's nothing but silence for several blocks. And a cat walks out from around a garbage can.
I want it on record that's not my fault.
Really?
An AI from another world got jumped here.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, sure, let's call it interesting. I found out where he went.
Where?
Oh, a place called Snowden. I've got the coordinates, and the numbers came up again.
The 3 sets?
Yeah, the 3 sets. That's like the second time now, right? Yeah. Okay. I don't know what it means, boss. Oh, can you heal my arm, please? Do it really quick so I don't feel it when it resets.
Fuzzy Bridges waves one paw, and
It rewinds time on my arm.
Time
Yeah.
all around in green energy.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, it wouldn't be green, it'd be orange.
Orange, sorry, it is orange energy. So it rewinds time and re-knits itself.
Ah, thank you.
Come.
Yeah. Well, I can't go with you there. Apparently, they got a problem with humans. Just leave me in sigil, boss. I'll be waiting for you when you're done.
Behave yourself.
What?
You know what you did.
Wait, hey, come on.
So she opens the door,
Gone Jewish.
and the two of you and Fuzzy Bridges, followed by Agent Flynn, step into the door, and the door that was not a door before closes. It becomes nothing but a wall. Okay.
Yeah.
That's everything. That's where we'll end it. Thank you to all of the Legion who were here to share this experience with us. Thank you to Tom, Jordan, Big Mike, and Scott for reprising your roles. And I'm looking forward to writing part 3 of this at some point down the road. Yeah. So
With
thank
the
you.
resistance!
Sam, the next stream will be, I believe, April 22nd, if I'm right.
Yes.
April
And
22nd.
we will be playing a game in, if you haven't been getting the hints, Undertale. We'll see you then.
Bye, everyone.
Alright.